Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we are currently working a bit on upgrading this road here. Now we've already done some work on that, and we'll keep an eye on how this ends up progressing. Now we are going to be seeing a lot of pedestrian traffic over this way for a little while, although once they finish this mega crossing that's gonna happen here, it should, in theory, be pretty good after that. In terms of pedestrian crossings, there really shouldn't be that many. So we'll just let them filter on up. We'll keep an eye on this over here. I'm very concerned about this transition here. I expect this to be a bit of a bottleneck, but we do need to move some water out over this direction. And that is, of course, exactly what we'll do real quick here. Something along the lines of that should do the trick. Fantastic. So with that underway, we also apparently need some garbage over here. Now, this is having the same issue that we had over here at first, and that issue is that there's just a lot of traffic on this road. We've already made this one way, so that will help. Just wondering how many of these are actually trying to turn in here, and I think they all are. Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising that we're having some issues out here. That is pretty much expected at this point. So let's take a look here. We've got a recycling center right here and a road maintenance depot right here. I'm thinking about maybe upgrading some roadage over here. It's really only this section that is having an issue. It's going to be interesting to reroute this, for sure. And I want to keep an eye on this situation over here. And just generally our traffic situations in these areas. We are entering a bit of a recovery here as we have displaced a whole lot of buildings by doing these upgrades. But the upgrades appear to be largely successful, and I'm very happy about that. How are we doing on traffic over here? Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. That's a lot of people waiting for the buses, sir. Okay. What's going on here? They're trying to go this direction one way. Okay. Trying to continue on down this way. So they're just trying to go south. Right here is where the bottleneck appears to be coming in. So what do we got going on for this intersection? A whole lot of nothing. So we are going to do something along the lines of that instead. However, I am thinking about upgrading this road here. And to that end, I wouldn't necessarily mind removing this monstrosity. And we're going to need to move a few things. First off, no, not that. First off, we're going to move this firehouse up over here. And this police station will be moved up here as well. And let's just then begin eliminating over here. So we're going to eliminate these sections of road. And we're going to consolidate this into a single 6-lane road. Excellent. Now, this underground metro station is going to require being moved temporarily, and that's fine. So now, what we're going to do is we are going to bring this guy on out. We want to not snap, ideally. Okay. That's not helpful. We're going to have to take these sections of road out, as we have before. I was hoping to avoid that here, but no such luck. Okay, so we'll just have to do this, and then run the curves back in to recalculate the spacing here. And I'm going to do the same thing here as well. Okay, let's rerun those curves, and it's going to be... We do want snapping on now. It's going to be about like that. It's going to be a bit different. And then, let's see, it would be... What was this one? That is a good question. Like, this one connects in like that. Sure, that's good enough. This one would connect in up here. This one right there. This one would go in here. And this one here. Close enough. This one here. Once again, close enough. This one to here. And like that. I think right here. Close enough. And finally, this one would go in approximately there, but not exactly. Maybe more like here? No. Well, for one thing, we need this to be at 90 degrees. That is an interesting corner, for sure. We'll bring it in maybe more like that. Yes, that is close enough. Okay, so we'll just do that for now. And of course, there's going to be a big mess over here for the time being. Now, as far as this road here goes, where even did this connect? Like up here? No, it would have connected here, wouldn't it have? Yes. That's where it would have connected. Fantastic. So at least now we know that. So we're going to come up here. And let's take a quick look at where we want this to come out at. I think it should be about here. Yes, that looks correct to me. And then it connects in like so. Fantastic. And then that would connect in... We will need to temporarily relocate this police station over a tiny amount more. And we'll probably just leave it there, in all honesty. And then we can bring this in here, and I want to upgrade... Actually, I'm thinking about this here. And what I'm thinking is that I want to remove this. And have this section of road connect directly in here. So this would go like underground here, approximately. Maybe not exactly there. Maybe it would come around something like this. And then go underground, like that. And then this could just be removed. Like that. Okay. And then, let's see, as far as this connection goes, that's completely fine to remain where it is. And then this one up here will, of course, need to be relocated. And we'll just position it, say, over here. We will have to rerun a couple of these metro lines, but that's completely okay. We'll take these on out and those as well. And then this will, of course, curve in something along the lines of that. And then this will come in, say, over this way. Kind of like that. I mean, this is kind of a weird switchback sort of thing here, but okay, sure. Let's go ahead and come down over here, and we'll see about recalculating this. I was hoping that that would recalculate. I'm not surprised that we are having issues here. Let's go ahead and bring this on over to be a little bit more like that. Hopefully that will actually work fine. We still can't find the path. Oh, no. No, we can't. That's okay. We can just delete this. That's fine. We'll create it. Recreate it, rather. So we'll have this come around over here. There's only a couple of stops here. So we'll have it stop here, here, and then complete the line. And then come around like this, and complete that line. Okay, now as far as this bus line goes, I have a sneaking suspicion that this bus line is a mess. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that this bus line is indeed a giant mess. So we're going to need to remove quite a lot of bus stops here. So let's just go ahead and do that. I wish there was an effective way to simply remove this entire line. Actually, there is. We can go into our bus section here and find the correct line. It is bus line 7, and we're just going to full on remove it. Okay, now we're going to make a new bus line 7, and that will simply do this number. Add a stop there, and then it comes around like so. And then connects like that. Excellent. That's not too bad. Now, as far as what's going on here, just going to do that, and then we'll add that stop in like that. Okay, I think that is good. So let's let this traffic clear up a bit. And these pedestrians are going to have some issues here. We should definitely create a new pedestrian bridge here. I want to have it come from, say, here. And that's underground. Let's not have it be underground. I want it to come from, say, here up to... That slope too steep. So from here up to, say... I want this to be minimal. There we go. Up to there. Okay, and from here, we can have it come across over this way, and then back across over here. That is quite a long ways that actually has to go. Having it be this angle isn't a bad thing necessarily. So the idea here is that we want to have multiple paths here, and we'll have one that comes down, say, over here. That even connect in? Yeah, that will actually. One that comes in over this way would be ideal. We may actually have to extend this out slightly. Let's see. So extend this out to, say, here, and then cross like that, and then go down to the ground as quickly as we can, like that. And then we'll also have one that goes, say, over here, and then comes down to the ground, about like that. It's a bit of a monstrosity still, there's no doubt about that. But that does allow us to forbid pedestrians at this intersection, which is a big deal. So we'll do junction restrictions, forbid pedestrians here, and also, I don't know why this is even a crossroad, but forbid them here as well. I guess there is sidewalk on this, so that'll do it. Whoa, look at those people just charging across. Where are they going? Into the water. They're going so fast. Okay. They're just sprinting through the river at this point. That was exciting. Regardless, they appear to be utilizing the new footbridges. I'm not going to claim that these footbridges are great. We definitely need to have a traffic light here. There's no doubt about that. We do not need one in these locations. We'll remove those all the way up through here. And then we will go ahead and put in our signs, which of course is prio there and yield here. But yield on these. Excellent. So we'll just do that for now and see how this ends up playing out once this is properly set up. I am wondering why there's so much backup over here. I'm wondering if that is only because of our previous existing issues. Maybe. Regardless, that should clear up when this traffic light changes, or at least partially clear up. I think. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll let that go for a little while. I want to check in over here. This looks completely fine. Check in over here. How's this doing? Yeah, this is still backed up. I'm not shocked by this. And upgrading this will be complicated, so I'll need to think about how I want to go about doing that. Excellent. We're going up this direction. What is up here? There's nothing up here. I don't know why they're going up here. Oh, we apparently lost a power connection over here. We can just run that temporarily over like that. That should do the trick. Fantastic. Okay, so this is definitely an issue here. I'm actually thinking about having this section of road, only this section here, be changed over to be one way. Specifically going this direction. Like that. And let's see how that ends up going. That means that we're coming through here much, much more quickly. And that's wonderful. And we have more space over here. Now, this should still be on traffic lights, right? No, this isn't on traffic light. This should be on traffic light. I must have accidentally done this one. Okay. Now that this one is on traffic light as intended, that's great. I do want to take a look at this bus line. This is clear that this bus line has too few buses on it. And this should be bus line 14. Yes, indeed. Let's bring that up to 31 vehicles and see how that goes. This is kind of our main bus line here. So it's definitely clear that we require additional buses. This is definitely a thing. I'm wondering when these guys are going to get an opportunity to go here. It looks like not now. That's for sure. But this is definitely cleaning up here. Cleaning up very nicely. I'm very glad to see that. I'm a little bit concerned about these side streets for right now. There is a fair amount of traffic waiting to get onto the main streets. So there definitely is some of that going on. This is a right-hand turn here. It should have an opportunity when this traffic light changes. Whenever that happens to be. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty solid stream of traffic here. And that's a pretty small gap. I mean, some cars were able to move in. In reality, of course, these people should be over in the center lane. And that would allow these people to move in as this lane of traffic is moving. It's not necessarily how it would happen in reality, but in-game, perhaps. Now, we have our buses definitely getting deployed a lot up here. And it's causing potentially a little bit of congestion here. That's fine. That should smooth out in a little bit here. There's lots of empty bus stops over here. Lots and lots of empty bus stops. So that'll be fine. And I'm reasonably content with this intersection here. It's these up here that I'm not necessarily content with. As people are attempting to merge on. That is a huge, huge flow of pedestrians. Absolutely enormous pedestrian flow up here. And I think that's a big part of the problem. Now that I look at this. Yeah, there's a lot of pedestrian movement here. We might want to put in additional footbridges. So essentially what it would be is we would have a footbridge that would be, say, here, going up to there and then across. That's already occupied, apparently. But we can take it to here. I don't really like this positioning, but I guess that would work. And then we do that. And then can we bring this up again? Yes, we can. Is that actually connected, though? I feel like it's not, and we need one square on the ground. Okay. Yeah, that size is definitely exciting. Please don't snap. I want it to be here. Okay. So then we'll do that, and then bring it forward one square like so. And then bring it back up. Like that. And then like that. So something along the lines of this all the way up. So that would need to go in right there. Right there. Along those lines. It's not going to be the prettiest, but it will clean up a lot of these pedestrian crossings. In fact, a lot of them are already cleaned up. Now, they're not using the bridge, to be clear. And it won't stop people trying to cross this direction. So there is some of that. But hang on, is this actually necessary? I mean, there are people using this bridge now, but it's an eyesore, and if it already cleaned up, then I don't think there's a reason to do it. Yeah, the number of people walking along here has reduced dramatically. Now, we still have a lot of people attempting to turn here. Are these guys trying to turn left? Because that will be far more complicated. Some of them are. Yeah, that just generally would be more complicated to turn left. Who's supposed to be going there? I guess nobody. Okay. Well, we'll just let the tunnel traffic move on through a bit. And looking at this situation here, this is very clean. That's fine. I like it. This situation is far less clean. But this is going to be a pretty large project to get these guys relocated and potentially having to rework this. But this isn't the issue. The only issue is the throughput on this road here. So that's something to think about, for sure. We could just upgrade this section. If we do that, the bottleneck will be here. I'm quite confident in that. We could move our fire helicopter depot, and we could probably do that right now. Move that, say, up over here. That'll be fine. And then this road maintenance depot can be moved to here. And then the cargo airport would need to be temporarily moved. And where could we temporarily move that to? I suppose we could put it up here, but that's kind of awful. Kind of awful indeed. That's all slope too steep. Well, I guess here temporarily it is. I don't really like that, but that's where we are. This medical clinic will also need to be relocated, and we'll just place that right there. Okay, so with that underway, let's go ahead and upgrade just this section of road, and with only this section being upgraded, I do not believe that this will fix our issue. So we're going to need to relocate this cargo airport back over to here. Okay. We're going to need to reconnect this power line and also rezone this area. Okay, so something along the lines of that. This power line would need to be reconnected as well. We'll just do that. Okay, so that will dramatically increase our throughput over here. I expect that this is going to be a big bottleneck. We'll see. People trying to turn left here is definitely causing some issues. Definitely causing some issues. Well, we'll let that work on cleaning itself up for a little while and see what that ends up doing. As far as this up here, we are definitely having some issues with turning, which tells me that we should probably go ahead and just do traffic lights in these locations. I don't like doing this many traffic lights in a row, but I feel like it's necessary because otherwise we just have too much going on. So that should clean this up to some degree anyway. Hopefully. Hopefully. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll keep an eye on this situation, which has actually cleaned up reasonably nicely. There's still some very, very perpendicular vehicles here. waiting for throughput on the cargo airport to accept them, I think. I'm hopeful that this will clean up, though. Can we actually see what's going on in there? Not exactly. I'm not surprised by this, but we can see... Yeah, they're definitely waiting in a queue to enter that garage. Which the garage door doesn't open, but that's okay. Fantastic. So we'll keep an eye on this. Hopefully this continues to clean up. It definitely seems to be. Let's run it in speed 3 for a moment and see what ends up happening here. I think there's more throughput than demand here. I think. But not by much, if I'm honest. We had a pretty big queue here previously, and the queue is shrinking. And that's great to see. And the queue is gone. Well, the queue is back. And... it's pretty much getting taken care of as they get there. Excellent. I think we're good here. Are we up here? No issue, really, which is slightly surprising. Well, not necessarily. This is 3 lanes to 2 lanes. Which isn't that bad, considering that most of this is servicing the airport anyway. Let's check in up over here real quick and see how this is going. Yeah, we should probably consider upgrading some of these. Everywhere else is going pretty well. It's just that there's so much traffic demand over here. And I think I am going to reconstruct to avoid this intersection. I'm going to reconstruct the on-ramp that comes out over this way. And we're going to go ahead and turn snapping on. And we're going to bring that out into there. I do want this to be exit only, not entering this direction. So let's go ahead and have this go only that direction. Okay. So that will hopefully pull some strain off of this road. Fingers crossed on that one. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see how some of these improvements help out, and probably start really focusing on expanding in our hub up here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.